ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहनाववतु
ॐ सहनाववतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणं मुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति योगिनः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
देवाय तस्मै नमः।
एवं प्रवर्तितं चक्रं नानुवर्तयति यः अघायुरिन्द्रियारामः मोघं पार्थ स जीवति। यस्त्वात्मरतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते। नैव तस्य कृतेर्नार्थः नाकृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः। From 16th Karma Yoga topic is over that we have seen, and last Bhagwan has said, one who doesn't follow Karma Yoga, that person, his life is aghayuhu. He says he is living sinful life, and that person is indriyaramaha, means he is always revels in fulfilling sense organs demand. It's called indriyaramaha, and that mogam sahajivati. He is living, he is useless, meaningless. The meaning of mogam means that Bhagavan says, and we may have questioned, each and every person should follow Karma Yoga for whole lifetime. Then Bhagavan says, a person who has such mind, or we can say a person who has a such disposition of mind, that person does not to do anything. But what is the qualification of that person? So what Bhagavan says, Atmaratihi, second Bhagavan says, Atmatruptaha, and third one is called Atmasantushtaha. Atmaratihi, the meaning is a person who revels with oneself. He doesn't require for his or her happiness another sense object. One who can be happy with oneself, it's called Atmaratihi. Second qualification of person, Atmatruptaha. Truptaha, satisfied. Atma means with oneself. Here everyone, everywhere, when Atma comes, the meaning is with oneself. So Atma Truptaha, a person who is satisfied with oneself. He or she doesn't need anyone to satisfy him or her. Suppose we may satisfied, but always our satisfaction is time being. If we have eaten, then we say we are satisfied. We have some goal. That goal is finished, then we say now we are satisfied. But in another, after 1 or 2 days, we start new goal. So always we are not satisfied with oneself. Even I have said, in Olympic, in all football games, all players would like to break their own record. They are not satisfied with their own records. So always people need satisfaction. But this person is Atmatruptaha. It is satisfied with oneself, and always that person is contented. It doesn't require, or she doesn't require, anything from outside for his contention. So for such person, tasya karyam na vidyate. for such person should not do any type of responsibility to be performed. Karyam na vidyate. And again Bhagavan says, Tasya krutenarthaha na kruteneha kaschana. That we have seen last week. Naiva tasya krutenarthaha. Tasya means one who has self-knowledge. That person, krutena na arthaha. He doesn't need anything by doing something. We always say, I will do something, I will get it. So here the meaning of arthaha means some purpose, some goal. So tasya atmagnaninaha. That person who has self-knowledge, that person krutena na arthaha. That person doesn't have any purpose to soul by doing something, by performing something, and same time na akruteneha kaschana. Here iha means in this life, even sometime we would like to fulfill our purpose by avoiding something. Here Bhagavan says that Gnani also doesn't have any purpose by not doing also anything. Even by doing anything, he doesn't want to do any purpose. Same time, even by not doing anything, he doesn't have any type of his purpose or her purpose. That it is called krutena na arthaha. Here akrutenaha, even na arthaha, because he doesn't or she doesn't require from outside anything, from external world. Such person doesn't require, and Bhagavan says asya means this person has sarveshu bhuteshu. The meaning of bhuteshu means in all being. And always Shankaracharya ji used to write, starting from Brahmaji up to even little virus also. That person, kaschid artha vyapashrayah. He or she doesn't dependent on anyone. Kaschid artha vyapashrayah. He is not dependent. That's why if he or she does, no problem. If he or she doesn't do, no problem. This is the meaning, because it's called Purna Kamaha. He has fulfilled all his desire. He doesn't want to do. So just I have remembered Sarva Bhuteshu Artha Navyapashraya. He is not dependent on anything. If somebody has heard the story of many Puranas, no? Suppose Vishwamitra Rishi did tapas, and that Indras has sent some apsara to allure him, and then he just gone after her. But in sannyasa, if somebody is sannyasi and that person is doing tapas, then Indra never sent anyone. Why? Actually, if somebody who is really sannyasi and who is following all sannyasa rule, then that person kaschid artha vyapashraya in anyone. Because the first vow of sannyasa is, now I am out of all competition. I am totally following ahimsa, non-violence, and I am not competitor with even any devatas, even Ishvara. I am satisfied with myself, because he doesn't want to depend on, or he or she doesn't want to depend anyone. It's called artha vyapashraya. That's why we never heard any story, one who is sannyasi and Indra has sent some apsara. Because sannyasi doesn't want to become Indra, no? That's why. Because he says, I am out of competition. Same way, this Atmagnani is always are out of competition. Because for Gnani, everything is him or herself only. Because that Gnani knows I am everything. So in every being, I am also, and all being, me also. That person doesn't have any type of dependence to anyone. That's why Sarva Bhuteshu means in all being. And Shankaracharya has written, Hiranyagarbha starts from Hiranyagarbha up to Sthavaraha, means even trees. We are dependent on trees. Because without tree, how can we have breathing? So we are dependent. But such person is not dependent. Whether somebody gives food, it's okay. Somebody doesn't give, okay. I'm fine. It's called na artha vyapashraya. That person is 100% not dependent on anything. Even Ishvara also. Because for such person, Ishvara and that person is not separate. Both are one and same. That na kaschid artha vyapashraya. That we have seen. And now, last one. We have seen everything, but I think I should. That's why even that person doesn't depend on punyam. I should do good, I will do good action. Then because of that good action, I will earn some punya. That the Atmagnani doesn't need any punyam. Atmagnani doesn't out of any papa. Because for that person, punya papa, everything is one and same. Even the Sokyam, he doesn't have any type of happiness. Same time, he never be unhappy. He's above for all. It's called na artha vyapashraya. That we have seen. Now, this last Bhagavan says in 19th verse, Tasmada saktas satatang karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Tasmat. In maths, we always fulfilling something, and last we said therefore. The meaning of tasmat is therefore. The meaning of therefore means karma yoga helps for chitta shuddhi. Then karma yoga helps indirectly for gaining self-knowledge. That's why karma yoga is great. Tasmat. Therefore, asakta san, being unattached with action, at the same time the result of action. Karma phala and karma satatam karyam. Satatam means always. Karyam means to be done. Always, whatever our to be done responsibility, karma samachara. You should do all action properly. Sama means proper, achara means follow. You should do all karmas properly, and which karma? Karyam, to be done. And how many times? So, satatam, always. And Bhagavan says, asaktaha hi acharan karma. One who always perform all karma, being unattached. That person, param apnoti purushaha. That person will attain. That person will gain highest goal. The meaning of param means highest goal. But here, purushaha. Always when purushaha comes in Gita, even in our Vedanta, the purusha is not male. Generally, we say the purusha is male, but here in Gita, the meaning of purusha means navadvare pure dehi, one who resides. In our human body, Bhagavan has given 9 doors. It's called Pura, means city. Ush means Vasati, one who lives in city. So which type of city? Our body is considered as a city. Because every city, in previous time, they have all court. and they have kept doors, then we can enter inside the city. Same way, this body is considered as a city, and we have 9 doors, Navadware. And what are the 9 doors? So 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 plus 2, 2 nostrils, 6, 1 face, 1 mouth, 7, 1 urinals, 1 for our Maladwara, total 9. Consider one who lives. So the Purusha means a human being. So here Purusha is not male, not female, but a person. And another meaning of Purusha means Purayati Sarvam, one who is all pervading. It's called Purusha. And our Chaitanya consciousness is also considered as a Purusha. So we have to see context. Bhagavan is talking about which Purusha? Is a consciousness or human being? So here the meaning of Purusha is not consciousness, but simple human being, Paramaknoti. That person will attain liberation, Param, the greatest, the great goal. And which is the great goal, highest goal? To know oneself. Still, we say Tasmat. The meaning of Tasmat, I have said, therefore. And why? What is the meaning of therefore? So I have said, everybody needs freedom, inner freedom. Whenever moksha comes, the meaning of moksha is not liberation after death, but the meaning of moksha is liberation while living only. And really speaking, the definition of moksha is total inner freedom. Emotionally, if we are free, we are not under any emotions. Emotion never control us. Then we are totally free, and that person is called moksha, muktaha purushaha. So all we are seeking moksha because we would like to free. In spite of living in family also, still we would like to happy. We don't like to depend for our happiness to other emotions. Because some are angry, then we are unhappy. Some are disturbed, we are also disturbed. The meaning, we are not muktaha. The meaning of moksha means total freedom. So to know our own real nature, and then we know I am totally free. It's called moksha. But to know we are free requires knowledge. We have to study how can we are total free. This only we have to know. So requires knowledge. And to understand knowledge, we need a proper mind. That proper mind in our Vedanta says Chitta Shuddhi, the purification of mind. And that purification mind comes from where? Karma Yoga. Tasmat. The meaning of Tasmat means Karma Yoga is important requisite for Gnanam. That's why Tasmat. So, Karma, you should do Karma, Bhagavan says, but how is the condition? What is the condition? Asaktaha. Asaktaha means, I have written, we should be not attached with two things, Karmani, Karma Palecha. The meaning of Karmani means, with reference to doing all karma, we should be unattached. At the same time, Karma Phale. The meaning of Karma Phale means, we should not attach with the result of action. Whatever comes, I will accept. And whatever I do is not for myself. It's called asakta. Totally not attached. And how can we not attach? Only one thing, I am doing everything for Ishvara, and what I am receiving, all karma phala is from as a prasada. That is called asakta. Bhagavan that's why says, asakta karyam satatam kuru. Karyam, Here again I have said the meaning of karyam is to be done. Whatever our responsibilities as a father, mother, whatever we are doing, job, is all to be done. And how long we have to do, that's why Bhagavan says satatam. The satatam means continuously, without any break. So I have written without any break for hours, without any break, day-wise, week-wise, month-wise, year-wise, even life-wise. Whatever, each and every day, each and every moment, what I am living is only doing karma asakta, without attached with karma. At the same time, karma phala, Bhagavan says, is called satatam, constantly, continuously. Karma samachara. A person has to perform all his action properly. And if we keep on karma properly, then what will happen? Then Bhagavan says, asakta hasan karma acharan. When a person being remain unattached, and then still one who perform action, that person attains highest goal, means mukti. Then person may ask also, if simply I keep on performing karma, can I have get moksha? Then this is the answer. Bhagavan says, asakta hasan satatam karyam karma. In this shloka only, if you do each and every action with being unattached, then what will happen? Again I have written chitta shuddhi. The meaning of chitta shuddhi, another meaning is we are eligible to receive gnanam. Gnana yogyata prapti. Our mind will ready to receive jnana. And when our mind will be ready, then we can have Guru Prapti. Our Guru will come, Guru Prapti. That Guru will teach Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. After that, Gnana Prapti. After then only we can have knowledge. Then Gnana Nishtha Prapti. Then we well established in self-knowledge, it is called Paramapnoti. Means we have attained highest goal. So how much time it will take? Paramapnoti, how much time will take to reach the highest goal, to understand the highest goal, to understand I am totally free. It is any time is limit is there. Really speaking, there is no time limit. Time depends on person to person's mind. Even Bhagavan says you will get it, but it doesn't mean if Bhagavan says immediately it happens quickly. It never happens because person should be ready. If person is not ready, then how can a person can get highest goal, can be moksha? If it can be possible, then there is a no war of Mahabharata. Then there is a no war of even Ramayana. Bhagavan Krishna already went to meet Duryodhana. If Duryodhana knows he is Bhagavan, then Bhagavan can bless Duryodhana. He says, now I am a devotee of Krishna. But it is not possible. Each and every person should know. Then only Jnanam takes place. So when it's written Paramapnoti, so mere karma helps for chitta shuddhi, purification of mind, then only jnana prapti. Without, it may be 2 hours sometime, a person like Nachiketa, sometime maybe 10 years, 50 years, sometime another life also. We don't know when we will get. So when Bhagavan says Paramapnoti, the meaning we can have moksha, liberation at any time. Depends on our preparedness. That's why I have quoted 2 shlokas, same from Gita. First, let me make it bigger. It is in 4th chapter, Shraddhavan labhate gnanam tatparaha sanyatendriyaha gnanam labdva param shanti achirena vigacchati. So here there is a achirena. The meaning of achira means very quickly. Chira means long. Achira means not long, quickly. Achirenadi gacchati means a person can have gnanam quickly. Which person? So Bhagavan says, one who has Shraddha on Ishvara, one who has Shraddha on Shastra as a Pramanam, and a person who is totally committed, Tatparaha, means one who is totally committed, Sanyatendriyaha. The meaning is one whose sense organ are under control. That person, Nanam Ladva, that person will get self-knowledge, and then Param Shanti means absolute peacefulness. Achirena Digachiti, that person will gain. So, how much achira means? Within a second, within a 10 minutes, what we can take? But always is this such a shlok. Technically, it's called Arthavadaha. Arthavadaha means praising. If you are committed, you will get gnanam. But when, Bhagavan never says. Because if there are 60 students are sitting in one class, it doesn't mean whatever teacher is teaching, they can receive what teacher understands. Because each and every student has their own capacity to grasping. Same way here also. So, achirena means immediately they will get, which it doesn't mean immediate. It always takes time. How much time? It depends on us. Same way, here same paramapnoti. If you perform karma without any attachment, you will get liberation. But it doesn't mean immediately will get liberation. You have to go through all steps, but it may be very quickly also if you are ready. This is the meaning. And another meaning, in 9th chapter, Bhagavan has discussed a person, Suduracharaha, he is very bad in conduct. Totally he is a bad person. Still, Mam Ananya Bhak Bhajate. He still is always totally devoted to me, Ananya Bhak, without any separation. So Bhagavan says, you should consider him as a sadhu, very good person. And Samyak Vyavasito Hisaha. That person has proper thinking. That person has discriminative mind. That person, Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma. Immediately you become a good person. Can it possible? Even Valmiki needs years to become as a sage. So this Kshipram is also quickly. Here, Achirena also quickly, but quickly is not 100% this time. The quickly means it depends on a person's preparedness. Then only that person will get liberation. So, by performing near karma, paramapnoti doesn't mean, but if person is doing karma totally unattached, is 100% that person is devotee to Ishvara, then what will happen? That person, if listen one sentence of Vedanta, it clicks that person. Immediately liberation. That's why Bhagavan says, if your mind is ready, then person can have paramapnoti. That person will get highest goal, param. Really speaking, the meaning of param means limitless. A person who knows I am limitless consciousness, aham purnaha. That is the ultimate vision of Vedanta. But only mere performing karma, it doesn't happen. even small one sentence that person needs, that person will take knowledge. So here, the whole discussion of even who should do karma yoga is finished. One who doesn't require any karma yoga is finished. But now Arjuna starts thinking. Suppose Arjuna has a unique mind. He may start thinking, I am always keep on listening Krishna's, and now I am totally liberated. Then why should I perform any karma? That question he may ask to Krishna. To keep this in mind, Bhagavan has started a new topic, and the name of topic is called Loka Sangraha. Here, Loka Sangraha. The meaning of Loka Sangraha is not something, is a technical word. The meaning of Loka Sangraha means a person who lives a life for a society, to teach them how to live a life. Still, a person is living in day-to-day life. That person doesn't go in forest. That person doesn't take sannyasa. That person keep on doing. Why? To protect a person from to do adharma. There are people why they are living such life for another people. That lifestyle is called Loka Sangraha. So now that topic Bhagavan has started, and I have written something. Generally, people in life, what they need? They need money. They need good assets. They need good relationship. They need name. They need fame. Many things. Even there are some goals. If players are there is I can reach and we can win. There are many goals. But to fulfill a goal, they can live an ethical life also, and some can live unethical life also. An unethical life is more quick to achieve our goals and more easy than many people can follow such type of life. To stop, to protect, to go that unethical life, some people are living without any purpose. Still, good people are living, are called Loka Sangraha. Even there is a one person is 100%, he has self-knowledge. Still, that person says, I keep on doing my duty. Why I am keep on my duty? Not for myself, to establish one example. In spite of having all knowledge, still I am living a normal life. Such person is called Loka Sangraha. Is very technical name, is called Loka Sangraha. That Bhagavan is started in next verse. Now Bhagavan says in next verse, Karmanyeva hi sansiddhim आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसंग्रहमेवापि सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि. कर्मणा एव हि samsiddhim. Bhagavan says, even through karma only, there are many who have attained Sansiddhi means Atma Jnanam, liberation. Asthita means they have gained. Who has gained? Janakadaya. Here also, just now I have clicked. Karmana eva hi samsiddhi. Even by performing karma, Janaka and there are many other people has gained liberation. So does it mean by doing karma only person have gained liberation? Everybody knows Janaka has his own guru, Yagyavalkya. He always attending his all classes. So in spite of this, when Bhagavan says karmana, it doesn't mean only karma. Even Shravanam Manan Nididhyasam is also karma. So whenever karma comes, it doesn't mean karma means our responsibility. In my thinking, the means karma comes. So even we are teaching is also karma, listening is also karma, even mananam is also karma. That's why Bhagavan says, Janaka Adayaha. There are many kings in our society. They have gained asthita. They have attained liberation. Means self-knowledge through karma only. Karmana is a trutiya, is an instrumental. The meaning is through karma, with the help of karma. So with the help of karma, can we take is the only responsibility? No, we can take is our whole life. And still, they are doing, Janaka never takes sannyasa. There is a one name is called Ashwapati. Another name is Ajata Shatru. All are queens. They have very good, they have state. They are proper, they are living, but they never give up their kingdom. They always rule. For which sake, Loka Sangraha. Bhagavan says, Loka Sangraha mevapi. If they are doing karma, then you have some passion. You observe this properly. Passion means you analysis. Some means properly. Then kartum arhasi. Then you ought to do what to be done. That Bhagavan says, Loka Sangraha. So I have written the Anvaya is Karmana eva samsiddhim janakadayaha astitaha. Through karma only, samsiddhim means atmagnanam janakadayaha has gained. And still they are doing their all job. For which purpose? Loka Sangraha. To keep all people on ethical way. That's why Loka Sangraha eva sampasyan. You properly you analysis and you kartum arhasi. You ought to do your all to be done karma, whatever you. So I have written the karmana means we can take karma yoga. First we can take karma yoga. In karma yoga include without Ishvara, karma yoga cannot possible. Because the main, our criteria, our condition is you do karma, Ishwarartha. You receive karma phala as a prasada. So without Ishvara, how can karma yoga possible? So when karma comes, the karma yoga comes, the devotion of Ishvara comes. When we have devotion, then slowly we will develop mumukshutva. The meaning of mumukshutva means to desire of liberation. Moktam ichuhu. And when mumukshutva will come, then we will start to planning our lifestyle. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So discriminative our lifestyle. So right decision, right attitude, such person will get self-knowledge only. What like Janaka has gained. So karmana evi, still they didn't give up the karma, they continued their karma. And who has continued? So he says, Janakadaya. I have written another name also, Ashwapati, Ajata Shatru and Janaka. There is a one story is coming of Ashwapati in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He says Ashwapati is also self-knowledge. He is Atmagnani, and to this king, one Brahmana has come, and his name was Gargyaha. I think it's come in Brihadaranyaka, which portion I don't know, but his name was Gargyaha. And he said to Ashwapati, I will teach you Atma Vidya. Brahma Vidya, Upanishad, I will teach you who is Brahman. Then he keep on telling one after one. Then Ashwapati says, what you are telling is only Upasana. This is not Brahma Vidya. So he keep on talking with this king for so many days. And then at last Ashwapati says, you don't know what is Brahma Vidya. Then Gargya was honest, this Brahmana. He says, if I don't know Brahma Vidya, now you teach me. So that first Ashwapati was the student and Gargya was his teacher. But when Ashwapati says, you don't know what is Brahma Vidya, then Gargya says, okay, let me become a student and you become my guru, teacher. Then Ashwapati has taught beautifully. It is given in Brihadaranyaka, what is Brahman? How can we become a Brahman? Everything he has taught through, I think, Avasthatraya, Nidra. Through Nidra he has taught beautifully. But still, he is a teacher. He is a king, Ajatashatru. Same way this Ashwapati was a king, Ajatashatru was also king. In Janaka we know very knowing. Janaka was a, so they are all our Grihastha Gnani. Still, in spite of knowing everything, they never given up their kingdom. Why? So Bhagavan says, Loka Sangraha Eva. Having kept Loka Sangraha. And what is the Loka Sangraha? This is Shankaracharya's Bhashyam is given. He says, Lokasya Unmarga Pravrutti Nivaranam. The meaning of Nivaranam means to stop. Pravrutti means activity. Unmarga. Sanmarga means good path. Unmarga is a bad path. One who is following unethical life. To stop them, one who is living a life is called Loka Sangraha. When Bhagavan will give his own name, I need not to do, still I am doing. So for which sake, so Loka Sangraha, so there are many people, even unknowingly also, there are many people. So that what I have written, the Sampashyan means having analyzed properly. And what one have to analyze properly, what is my duty? Because Arjuna was not a simple person. Arjuna, during that time, era, he was a prince. He was a handsome. You know, there are many youngsters, they have some idea to follow someone. Maybe some actress, hero, heroines, many things. Same way at that time, for youngster, Arjuna was a one type of idol. So always somebody asks, what do you like become? Then he say, I would like become Arjuna. So he said, that stature you have, and if you don't do anything, so people also follow you. So you have to do what to be done. It's called Sampashyan. Sampashyan means properly analyze. Who are you? Even it says Arjuna was a good archer. Arjuna was a good dancer. Arjuna went to heaven while with this body. So he has a very high respect among all people. Is called Sampashyan. If you have that much respect among the people, then Kartum Arhasi. You ought to perform the action because all people's eye are on you. Always Pujya Swamiji used to tell us, Bhagavan Buddha has given up whole kingdom. It is noticed. Vardhaman, this Jainism, Mahavir, also a son of one king. When he has given up, it is noticed by all people. But there are many sannyasis, you know, from small house, middle house family. They have left the home. Nobody is noticed because they have no name and fame among the society. So unnoticed. But here if Modi does something, he went to Kedar and he does some meditation. Now they have rented that room, the meditation room. So people start doing meditation. But if some sadhu, poor sadhu, sits in meditation, nobody will notice. So the Loka Sangraha means a people who has good name, good position in the society, and in spite of good position is a good knowledge. Such person, in spite of knowing everything, they should not give up their activity because all people are following you. all people, they have I. That's why Bhagavan says, Kartum arhasi. You have to do what to be done, not for yourself, even for another's. And why? Then Bhagavan has given next verse, very beautiful. He says, Yat yat acharati shreshtaha. Yat yat acharati shreshtaha. Tat tat devetaro janaha. Sayat pramanam kurute. Lokastad anuvartate. This is Bhagavan says, whatever a good people, Shreshtaha means one who is important people, local people will follow. Because we have heard there's a ship, always follow one ship without thinking also. Same way, people in general, they have no time for thinking this is a proper or improper. They follow someone. They don't know if this is good or not good. They just blindly follow. If they follow some bad person blindly, then they will go in some wrong way. If they follow some good person, so they will go. That's why Loka Sangraha. So I have heard, you might have heard a story, very beautiful. Ship folk. Ship always follow without thinking. Same way, one person went to Rameshwaram, in our Rameshwaram, and everybody knows according to Indian culture, before have a darshan of Rameshwara, they have to take bath in ocean. Then there are many wells are available in Rameshwara temple. They have to take bath in each and every well. Then only they have to go inside the temple. So one person alone, Brahmana, was there. First he went to seashore to take bath. So he has some gold chain in his neck. So he thought, I should keep my gold chain under the sand. Otherwise it might go away inside the ocean. So what he has done, he has hid his gold chain under the sand, because in near ocean always sand is there. Then he thought, how can I know that here I have hidden my gold chain? So to know that, he has prepared a Shivalinga. And when Shivalinga has kept one small pebble, then he went for bath. When he was preparing the Shivalinga, one person has seen. This person, first he has prepared Shivalinga, then only he went for bath. So another person also, he has prepared another Shivalinga, then he went for bath. Second person was preparing Shivalinga, was seen by another person, that was seen by another person. So first person, when he has came after bath, he has seen a 20 Shivalinga was there. Around, then he is very difficult for him, which one be my, in under my golden. The meaning is, people blindly follow without thinking. If somebody is doing, same way, yad yad acharati. If a good people, whatever they do in their life, another people, itaraha janaha, it follow. But there is a one word is used by Bhagavan, Shreshtaha. Shreshtaha means important. Shreshtaha. So what is the meaning of Shreshtaha? That we will see tomorrow. It is very good discussion. What is the meaning of Shreshtaha? The meaning of superior. But really speaking, it is not superior. The meaning is little bit different. We will see tomorrow. Any question? 1 minute. Unmute. Yeah. Any? Yeah.
Well, Swamini,
Yeah.
well, it's amazing, like always. It's really deep, the concept of action it's really important. Here in West, we have a Shakespeare, and he says, to be or not to be. So if you are, you lose because you get attached. If you decide to not to be, you lose because you are not in the action. So you have to be in the action without being to get not attached. It's a really amazing thing.
Yes, Shakespeare also said, no, this is the whole world is a one good drama. We are performing different type of roles. Yes.
Swamiji?
Yeah.
Ajatashatru was the son of King Bimbisara, right?
I don't think it's a Bimbisara because it's during this Buddha. Bimbisara is a follower of Buddha.
Right.
But this Ajatashatru must be in Vedic time.
It is a different Ajatashatru, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's right. He was actually a follower of Buddha, Ajatashatru also.
Ajatashatru, yeah. Different Buddha.
He was very cruel to his father, Bimbisara.
He killed. In spite of name Ajatashatru.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think, but as for some story, it says that in the end he realizes, because when he has his son, and he goes towards the prison to release his father, to cut the chain, but his father thinks he's coming with the axe to kill him, and he does not want bad name to his son, so he takes poison and kills himself or something. But very beautiful, Swaminiji. Today it was very, very useful for me. Thank you so much. It was really nice. Thank you.
Swaminiji, I have a question about.
Asaktaha Acharanjan.
No. The Atmarati, Atma Tripti, Atma Santushta. So the word Atma there, it means it doesn't mean the Satchidananda Atma, right?
It is reflexive pronoun. It's a pronoun simply. It will come in our grammar also.
So in the Brihadaranyaka, it says Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam. It's the same, used in the same sense, right?
Yeah. Even Atma has many meanings. Suppose the meaning of one Atma is Satchidananda, Satyam Jnanam Anantam. The meaning of Atma is even mind. Atma hi Atmano Bandhuhu, Atmayo Atmaripusya. In sixth chapter, Gita, it will come. So mind also name is Atma. Sometimes body, whole body, this whole is a Atma. Even Atma is considered as a pronoun. And we can take also self, but Atmani eva Atma Santushtaha, they take as a pronoun. One who is always satisfied with oneself.
So because in English the self is also used in the sense of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, like they use uppercase self, S-E-L-F, right? But it is not in that sense that you abide in your own self.
But because here three words are used, no, otherwise one word is used, no, Atmani eva Atma Santushtaha in second chapter. At that they have taken as a Satyam Jnanam Anantam. But there are three words. So Rati means they always need somebody else to revel. But they need not to revel with anyone, Atmani, with self only, with oneself. We can take also Atma, but Shankaracharya has written is oneself.
We do have a Shabdam for that.
Yeah. Oneself means only one, no Satchidananda.
Oh, so oneself is the Satchidananda.
Yeah, oneself only. I love myself only, oneself. That sense.
Okay, but that oneself, when you say myself, that myself
Without body,
includes all.
myself, complex. Without body, myself, complex. With myself only, Atmarati. Say it's called self. It will come as a pronoun, reflexive pronoun. They say.
Thank you.
But same way we can self. We can take as Atma also.
Yeah, that was my question actually, whether I can take that as a.
We can take self will come, no? When it's one self. So when we will end as a one self, Atma will come only, no?
Yeah, right. Right, because otherwise, like if I am contented in myself,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that I am contented that I am so and so, I make so much money, I am happy with that.
One self. Atma means not myself. One self. And one self is without body, mind, sense complex. So it will end up on a self only, no? Atma only.
Right. Okay.
Still any question?
That Loga Sankara is very important here, no? Swamiji, that's
Lokasangra. So important people are more responsible. So one who has a good name, whatever, people are, whole society is looking. Because Buddha Swamiji says, I have taken sannyas and nobody is noticed. I have taken. But Buddha has taken sannyas, everybody is left out. Is noticed. So one needs name in the soul. After is okay, Puja Swamiji's name. But when Swamiji is left, nobody knows. It's a Natarajan, nobody knows. But as a Siddhartha, when he left, everybody knows.
So it's an additional responsibility to conduct oneself.
One who has good name in society.
And that responsibility has to be accepted without attachment, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have the responsibility, but you are not attached to the others. You just have to fulfill, but you're not attached.
Yeah.
But they already have the knowledge, so their responsibility is automatic.
Even, let's know, without self-knowledge also, there are many wealthy people. They are Tata, they are Ambani. But when you compare the life of Tata and Ambani, Tata is more good people. They never is how they live a life. When we read their life, very simple life they are living. And like this Ambani. So
Yeah, I
they
know, even
are helpful to others. Tata are always helpful to other people. And they are enjoying themselves, this whole people, Ambanis. Totally different. So even without knowledge also, this can more responsible know how to live a life. If they are much wiser, little bit.
Absolutely.
In every field, without Gnanam also, a person should be responsible. How to live a life.
so one more question, Swaminiji. The Paramapnoti Purusha, that Karma Yoga, you said it leads to Chitta Shuddhi and then in Jnana Yoga Prapyati. And so the same way can you also say that Karma Yoga will automatically endow you with the Sadhana Chatushtaya, like the Viveka, Vairagya, and
everything will come through Karma Yoga only. So more we are doing without, we unattach what he says, no? Or Baldev, unattach, no? Then this thinking will come. Viveka Vairagya, automatically will come. Unknowing.
The last class you explained, Swamiji, that Karma Yoga is really like a
Womb of mother.
it's like a womb. It's like the pregnancy that delivers the end result. The baby is full of jnana.
Yeah. So we can say, what is how Karma Yoga can bless us? So this is right now. I just in my thinking, they can bless us through sadhan chatushtaya sampatti.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, because if you are doing things without asakti,
Yeah.
then you are developing vairagya already. That
Viveka
yeah.
automatically come, no? Viveka will there. That's why we are following karma yoga. Then Bhagwan bless with vairagya. Then Shamadamadi will come. Automatically.
Yeah, that asakti is very dangerous. Very dangerous. That really takes away the enthusiasm, right? People get dejected and all that.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, even when you are aware of it, somehow it sneaks in. Just sneaks in attachment.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's what Puji Swami used to say every time to anyone: don't beat yourself up. Right? Don't self-ridicule you. Don't encourage yourself. Is the first one he used to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, Swamiji, we're keeping you late.
Now, mind that we have started little bit late, no? Today. Still we do Purna Bhajan?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the young one here is absorbing it all. Sridevi is very blessed.
Yeah. Her name is Monica, no? What's her name? Nikita.
Oh, okay.
Her mother's name is Sri Devi. She is using her mother's.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Om
Purnamada Purnamidam
Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Guru Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you.